from my understanding, so there's look up damage then on his car.
I think he's possibly missing an end plate. Actually, I don't know if he is actually. Oh, but yeah, Lickle was caught up in all of that as well because he was quite close to Novak, but now he's like 14 seconds behind. So Novak, when he pits, he could be on for a podium.
He could be on for a podium, cause he's in clean. I'm just trying to understand what.
He'll come in fairly soon, next couple of laps, and he'll probably come out about 5th or 4th. But yeah, he's got a shot. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we need to get the stream going first.
Oh, it's back on. It's back on.
All right.
Yeah, we're back live again. That was a weird sequence because my game froze at the exact same time. IRT Michael games froze. When I flicked between local blocks, the game just stopped completely. That was just a weird. That must have been a weird sequence because what? 5 drivers collided from the lead. Was it 4 or 5?
Yeah. What I'll do is, and Novak pits from the lead. Yeah. Apologies to the audience. I don't know if you saw it, but there was like a big sort of collision and calamity going on, and then that sort of froze the stream for some reason. But apparently, Bisas may have made contact with a back marker, and then he rejoined the track, and then collected several cars. But we don't know if that's actually what we actually saw, or whether it was some sort of lobby desync or something like that. But I'm sure we'll find out after the race. But unfortunately, I'm not on the chat for this particular league, so I can't tell you what's going on. What I can tell you, in terms of what we can see on the stream, is that Little Blocks is leading this race, with Matt in 2nd, Michael in 3rd. We just saw a Novak pit, and he is on the soft compound, so now he's going to be chasing down Frisky and Michael for the final podium position, and Michael retires well. So big names out of this race.
That's
both
ridiculous.
Michael, Cliffy, Bisas. So we've had 6 retirements from the 19 who started.
And Falcon calls it day 2.
Yeah, so both RT drivers out, but yeah, it was. I mean that if that was a legitimate collision. That
is ridiculous.
A bad marker, then he rejoined unsafely. That will certainly be one of the controversial moments of this Inside Line Racing 1 season.
Because I'm not from what I understand now that I've just looked back. I think I don't think it was a desync. I think the game was just confused to what was happening because Beastas came in the chat and said he hit a back marker. Because when I panned to Beastas, it was off the track. When Beastas dangerously rejoined the track and clipped the back of Michael and hit Falcon, both of them spun, and Cliffy had nowhere to go because of the roadblock, and he hit the both of them, and then Local Blocks collected Beastas. So that was a legitimate crash. But the fact that Michael's game froze and my game froze and somebody else's game froze is kind of a weird. I'm not too sure exactly what happened there and why why that happened.
I guess,
know it gets past CJ.
I guess we'll just have to let the stewards sort it out, and we're going to focus on because Novak has made this strategy work, and he's taken full advantage of that massive incident because now he's got a great shot finishing on the podium in terms of his best result this season. In fact, is he a debutant in this league? Because I don't see him on the table. So I think this is actually his first race in this league, well, at least this season anyway, because he's not on the standings for Mercedes. So if he can get third place, well, he's right on the back of Michael, and he's got the soft compound against the hard compound, and he's going to go down the inside. Danny Ricciardo style. Oh, I think, can he?
Yeah, he's blown the brakes. He's hit his teammate. I don't think he's damaged his window, but he did hit his teammate.
He couldn't hold it, but it was a brave move. But, you know, with the tyre advantage he's got, does he really need to go for those moves with over 10 laps to go? So it's Mercedes versus Mercedes. Well, let's hope it doesn't end up like 2016 between Rosberg and Hamilton. But going round turn 16.
Have it here.
Yeah, this is going to be a routine overtake. I don't think his teammate's going to fight it too much. He didn't even go defensive to the inside.
He had a lot of straight line speed, though. I think he should have defended it.
Yeah, well, because of people leaving the session, it's probably the slipstream glitch, which is now in play.
Yeah.
Frisky is also on the soft compound.
On my screen, I think on my screen is on the hards. On the timing towers on the hards.
Okay. Yes. No, you're right. Actually, he's on the softs on my screen, and Zalan has left the session as well. So, well, I do think that there's been people who shouldn't have been here who've been joining the actual lobby. I don't know if that's been destabilizing the connection a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like
you
that's
know,
been it.
it'll be cleared up by the stewards, I'm sure. Afterwards, there'll be plenty of video evidence, and you know, I'll be happy
Yeah.
to anything of mine. Just let me know who you want it sent to, stewards, and I will be happy to send it to you. But anyway, Littleblocks leads this race. I don't think he would have expected that. He started in 6th on the grid. Just want to see actually the gains. Actually, no, he
started at the back, I think.
No, you know, you're right. He started 6th. He started 6th. Matt started in 7th. But Novak is the big winner. He has gained 16 places.
60,
he
yeah.
started at the back of the grid, and he is running in the podium positions, and he could yet finish 2nd. And if Lickle can't get these tyres working, because he hasn't really shown a lot of pace on these tyres, then Novak, he could
be a
possibly
favorite.
win the race.
But remember, catching a car is one thing, overtaking is another.
Absolutely, no question about it. But Novak, if he can pull off, even if he gets just 3rd place in the end, I mean, he's had big help with all the retirements. But you know, just to put it into perspective, Bisas is leading the championship. Cliffy is in 3rd currently, so that's 2 of the top 3. Lewis, you know, we saw him spin very early on in the race. Because of that, he's back in the points.
He's back in the points. And all of his rivals, his closest rivals, are technically out.
Yeah, and Lewis, he won't. If he could gain another position, that would put him right behind Bisas in the early championship. Well, when Bisas won the first 2 races of this season, who would have thought that he would score no points at the following 2 races? I don't think anybody would have expected that. Obviously, the Bahrain disconnect, that could happen to anybody. But
but this is something else, though.
Yeah, this is a unique situation. I've not ever seen such an incident like that.
And the crazy thing is that, like, I can't entirely blame a D-Saint because I saw that crash unfold. I saw that entire crash unfold.
I did as well.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a legitimate accident.
It is indeed a very, very strange turn of events. But the likes of Lickle, Matt, and Novak won't care one bit, because if that was a legitimate crash, which, you know, I'm looking back now, they will be getting their best results of the season. Just going to see who, in terms of season so far, what are their best results. We discussed Novak earlier. This is his first race in the league, I believe, so I didn't recognise the name. Lickle, he had a 3rd place in Australia. And Matt, well, this will be by far his best result of the season. A 10th place in Australia, a 9th place last week, and he's on for 18 points from 2nd place. But Novak is about to be in DRS range. The activation point is coming up.
Wow, he closed that gap down at a rate of NOS too. I mean, he pulled about, what, 2 seconds in that lap almost.
Yes, indeed, he's in DRS range already, and Matt's going to have to go defense straight away. He weaves to try and break the toe. And,
I guess
there's Lickle. You can see
him.
Lickle going through turn 1. Can Novak pull off us from 19th on the grid to win the race? I don't know if that's ever happened before in this league, but it's a rare occurrence in any league, let alone this one. But he's going to have to get past him. Yellow's in sector 3. I don't know who that is.
So I'm still on board with this. Yeah, still looking at this here.
I'm on board with it as well.
You know, you better pray that, you know, there may not be a slipstream glitch affecting him too much, because he needs to get this move done and quick.
Yeah, but Matt's struggling for traction.
Yeah, I think he's going to get him here.
Turn 8 and 9, so he's going to try and do a move.
He's going to get him here.
He tried to do on Michael earlier, but he's got to get the braking right this time, because last time he overshot. He goes down the inside. Can Matt get the switchback? No traction to fight with. So now Novak moves up to 2nd. He's 3.4 seconds, lap 27. This inside line racing 1, Spanish Grand Prix. He's got one car to get past, and that's Lickle. And Lickle is certainly not a driver who's afraid to defend aggressively. And he will probably can't believe who is right behind him. Yeah. I wonder if he knows, you know, how fresh his tyres are. But you would have seen him earlier in the race ahead of him. But you would have thought, well, he's been on the hard. Surely he's not going to be able to be right here, but he is. He really is.
Man, this is gonna be fun to watch. Especially, it's entertaining watching people battle liquor blocks too. So he's got to keep those softs in it, man. You got to keep going 6 more laps.
Yeah. Obviously, the question will be, will he have the pace? And it looks like Ace of Pace has left as well. So that means we've only got 10 runners at the moment. Lewis is actually up to 7th, incidentally. Although he's a long way behind Shimasi. So 7th is going to be the best result he can get today.
So it's taken nearly a second.
Closes 2.7 as they go through the end of Sector 2. Lap 28. At this rate, he will have, well, assuming he can keep the life in these tyres, he will have DRS within the next, well, on the penultimate lap of this race at this rate. Perhaps before, because Lickle...
Perhaps before, yeah.
You know, it's not exactly, as we've seen throughout his stints, because earlier on Matt was putting him under pressure.
Matt's been doing a solid job, I'll give him that.
Different looking podium we're about to get.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a completely different looking podium.
Yeah, and I'm sure the likes of Renault and McLaren in real life will be hoping something similar happens in Spain later on in the year in the real Formula 1. Unlikely, of course. But Lickle now only 2.2 seconds ahead. I think Novak is he's gonna be able to get onto the back of him, I think, but getting past him, I think Lickle will defend much more than Matt did.
We'll see here. I think, yeah, because Lickle's good at defending for the lead of the race here. So, I mean, he is losing about a second a lap. It's really going to depend here. I think Lickle's going to defend for his life. Knowing Lickle blocks the way he drives too, it's going to be up for grabs here. I feel like Lickle blocks is gonna put you know, he's gonna throw everything he can together to defend from Noah, because I believe this will be his second win in ILR, if he can pull this out.
Yeah. Yes, I believe so. I don't know. I'm still learning all the drivers of this league, but I think he has won in this league before. I don't know at this tier. Not actually
I think
sure
it was
about
ILR2, a Silverstone season 1. When
1.4 seconds now, the gap.
1.3.
4 laps to go. Just seeing as he closes the gap, is there any other battles going on?
There's CJ and Michael Davis.
Yeah, CJ, yeah, easier than calling him Frisky.
I've been calling him Frisky, yeah.
Shimasi, I mentioned him earlier, he was having a solid time of it, and he's running in 6th at the moment, so a good haul of points for the Ferrari driver. It's a decent recovery from Lewis, actually, to get back into the points after his incident very early on the race. He's actually going through the location where it happened, turn 2 and 3. So he will close the championship gap, I believe, to a single point. 6 points, I believe, you get for 7th place. So he'll be 1 point behind Bisas going into Monaco.
So it'll be 1 point. Oy.
And it's less than a second now between Novak and Lickle. I am right in saying this is his first race in this league this season.
I believe it is. I believe it is, actually. Everyone pushing on Noah here. I cannot see his name
on the table, so
yeah,
he's like,
it's going to be close here. Probably not this lap, because Local Boss is actually going to get DRS off of that car that's in front of him.
He will indeed.
Yeah. That's kind of an annoying thing about ghost cars, but hey, here we are.
Yeah, but I don't think Novak realistically would have been in position to attack anyway. But he might be at the end of this lap. Lap 31 then. 3 to go here at the Circuit de Catalunya. And it's been one of the more strange races I've watched. We saw some brilliant battling between the two IRT drivers for second, effectively, in the race, as Bisas sort of went into distance. But then, all of a sudden, in the 20s, in terms of the laps, we saw a series of unfortunate events, which started with Bisas going off in Sector 3 and then collecting several of the cars as he rejoined the track. And if that was legitimate and not a lag incident, it was an unsafe return to the track.
An unsafe return, yeah. Oh, no,
it's a 3-second time penalty.
He extended it. He extended the track way too much.
Too hard, and that may give Lickle the victory. Although I'm going to check.
I don't know if he has a penalty though. Yeah,
he does
I feel
not.
like he does.
He has two warnings.
Okay, so he just needs to keep it clean here. But the thing is, he shouldn't get overtaken too, because I mean, it's very easy to just lose 3 seconds, you know, to someone who's right behind you. So he needs to hold out for at least the next lap or two.
Yeah. So does Lickle choose to go defensive now? No, he does not. Seems confident that Novak's not going to be close enough, even with the DRS. Penultimate lap then. It's got 2 laps to go. Can Lickle emerge victorious?
Oh, Michael Davis has just got done by CJ, and he's lost that position. He's going down to 5th.
Has indeed. So the Red Bull driver up to 4th position, but we're going to go straight back to the battle for the lead, which unfortunately may be a bit of an anticlimax because that 3-second time penalty. But given what we've seen in this race, don't take your eyes off this for a second. We could get something absolutely dramatic in the final 2 laps. Less than 1.5 laps to go then of this 4.6 kilometer circuit.
He's going to be pushing
And Lickle and Novak were never in the battle for the race win, but thanks to that huge incident earlier on, we are here.
Yeah, he puts it to the inside. He's going to force it to go around the outside. This is one of those corners that's very awkward. 3rd gear to that corner, up into this one that could really throw you out. Wow, look how close he is in the back. Forget the dirty air.
Yeah, well, will he think about trying to sort of get ahead of him? No, he's going to just follow him in. And we're going to go on to the final lap of this race then. So Novak's got to overtake and get a 3-second gap in a single lap, unless of course he can force Lickle in to get a penalty himself, because he's on 2 warnings, don't forget. And it's so close. Let's forget about the penalties. This is the battle for the lead.
Defend. Here we go.
Lickle goes. Oh, and he goes very defensive. It's a late move, but it's effective.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be able to get here. Oh, what? Look at that run he got. Whoa.
It's a terrible run. Oh, and that's aggressive
close.
Again from Lickle. I said it earlier, he was never going to make it easy, unlike Matt earlier on. And there's a ghost car ahead, and I think that means Lickle will get DRS towards the end of Sector 2, and that will be it. But to be fair, if he's first on track, it's not going to matter because of the penalty anyway, so he will earn the victory. We've only got 10 runners as it is. Any other late changes?
Whoa, no, a
keep
huge
it
moment.
On the track. Keep it on the track, my friend.
Don't
throw away the podium. If you can't win, put it on the podium. You've gone from the back of the grid to 2nd place.
Yeah, don't throw it.
Surely nails on for driver of the day, but Lickle not far behind in terms of that reckoning as they go through the final chicane. And he can see the grandstand round turn 16, and he's going to win ILR1 Spanish Grand Prix. 25 points go to Force India. Novak a brilliant 2nd, and Matt crosses the line, running out of fuel in 3rd, and it's 4th place for Frisky. A great result for them, and Shimasi solid 1 stop from Shimasi. Michael in 6th, and Lewis, although he would have liked to have been battling for lead, that mistake earlier cost him, but it's 7th place, a good recovery, and he's closed the gap in the championship to Bisas. Gonanan finishes in 8th, and the other Sauber, Lausanne, completes a great day for Sauber, double point score for them. And it's me, the Haas driver. Now, is this the Haas driver that caused the beginning of that incident? We will find out, I'm sure, with the aftermath of the race. I'll be very interested to see what happened. We'll need like a crime watch or something to find out what happened.
Oh yeah, to see what happened there.
So let's go back to the race winner and enjoy his moment as he rides up the hill. Car slowed down, the crowd rising to applaud the Force India driver. He takes his 1st victory and 2nd podium of the season. And perhaps Lickle, with this result, might give him the confidence to mount a title bid later in the season. But there's a long way to go. But he's got the perfect result as we head into Monaco next week.
Oof, Monaco next week. I guess
that was a different race, Jamie, wasn't it?
Yeah, jeez, that's something I didn't ever expect to see. But that you couldn't tell me I'd see these 3 drivers on podium after the way that race panned out, would you? But what a brilliant drive by Force India to keep the charging Mercedes away on the softs. And Lickle will be definitely happy with 25 points going into Monaco.
And Yeah, Lickle looking suspiciously like Sergio Perez all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But I think surely the driver of the day has to go to the Mercedes driver from
Yep.
19th to 2nd. He's had help obviously getting there because of the retirements, but nonetheless a brilliant drive. So let's confirm the final result then. Lickle takes the victory from Novak, Matt in 3rd, and then Frisky in 4th, and then Shamasi in 5th, Michael in 6th, Lewis in 7th. 8th, 9th and 10th, not separated by too much. And then in the end, we've only had 10 finishers.
10 finishers, jeez. After that crazy lap 18, I believe it was.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... Well, I'm looking through It's Me's race director. There's no indication that he had a collision with anybody, so the mystery deepens. We may need Sherlock Holmes on the case for this one.
I guess we'll find out in the steward's room tonight.
Indeed, it's going to be very interesting indeed. Well, just want to thank you, Jamie, for joining me today.
Yep. No worries, man, and hopefully we'll see each other again soon.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if every race is as sort of controversial and entertaining as that, the neutrals are going to have plenty of popcorn to fill themselves with. So, thanks everybody for watching this live stream on Inside Line Racing, and we will see you next time. Same time on Sunday
in
for
Monaco. Yes, damage limitation.
Indeed. Thanks a lot, guys.
Have a good night. And